Hello and welcome to VTP229, the Uluṟu Kata Tjuṯa Knowledge for Tour Guides course, also known as the Uluṟu Kata Tjuṯa National Park Tour Guide Accreditation. My name is Marty Bolmeyer. I'm your workplace assessor. I'll be marking all your assignments and supporting you in your study. Today I just want to give you a quick run through on how to log on to Learnline. So the first thing you need to do is bring up the CDU Charles Darwin University homepage, and I have it here in front of us. And you can see up the top a blue ribbon running across with some tabs there. You can see my cursor running left to right, and what you need to do is come across to this far right side. You can see a key icon and log on to Learnline. So if you click on there, it'll bring up the Learnline site. Now, when you first log on to Learnline, there's going to be an overlay on this page welcoming you and explaining how to use Learnline, but you'll see a tab there that says do this later. I recommend that you click on that because I'm about to show you how to use the site. You can see my cursor is prompting me for my username, and there's a space there for my password. For a student, your username is a lowercase s and your student number, and your password is the password you created when you created your student account. So I'll just put in my details and log into Learnline. And here it is there. I'm in my Learnline, and you can see in my units, I've got several units there, but for you, you're just going to have this one here, VTP 229 2017. So just click on that, and I'll bring you through to our site. Now, I'm just in lecturer mode, so I'm just going to swap over to student mode, get the same page that you will see. Now, the first thing you notice is announcements. Now, that's anything I think the student cohort should know, so I'll be making some announcements as time goes by. And currently, I'm promoting our online classrooms. It's a drop-in classroom that you can attend. It's like Skype. It's every Tuesday and Thursday. Tuesday between 6 p.m. and 8 p.m. and Thursdays between 2 and 4 p.m. If you can't make those dates, let me know, and you can book a personal classroom with me. I'll compare diaries, and we'll see if we can come up with a time to talk to help you with your studies. On the left hand side here is your main navigational menu. You can see my cursor running up and down. There is learner support. There is about the course, my learning area, assessments, resources, help, and support. So just going up the top here, let's just have a look at lecturer support to start with. You can see my contact details and Shelley's contact details, and we offer support through over the phone, email exchange, face-to-face if you happen to be in Alice Springs, or I'm down at Uluṟu once a month. Or we can do video conferencing, so that's where we're talking with our online classrooms. Now just note the best way to contact us is using this email address here where my cursor is circulating, Uluṟu-online. That's a generic email address, and several people have access to that. And so just flick us a line, and we will contact you immediately to offer you support with your studies. And we do encourage you to do that. Looking on the left-hand side navigational menu again, under About this unit, there's before you get started, I'm going to explain how to use the site, so you don't need to go there. But if you do get lost at some stage and you want to work out how to navigate this site, there's a document there to help you. Unit outlines are there to tell you how I'm going to go about assessing the unit. And the next thing you notice in my learning area and in assessments, that I have all the resources and the assignments split into the 3 units that make up the accreditation. So firstly, let's have a look at the units and the assessments. So I'm just going to click on Assessment Overview, and this will give you a snapshot of the work that you're required to do. So in assignment 1, the cultural unit, SITT GDE 007. The first 4 assignment tasks are short answer questions. Assignment 5 is a project where you have to complete the missing sections in the grid, and then there is a verbal assessment. In the second unit, provide visitor information, there are 3 assignment tasks. The first one is a short answer. The second one is a multiple choice, which is self-correcting, and it'll give you a grade of S or U, S for successful and U for unsuccessful, but you can attempt that as many times as you like. And then a verbal assessment. And then in the last unit, there are 2 assignment tasks. There is 1 short answer and a verbal. Now, just with the verbals, we do those last after all the written work is successfully completed. And we do all 3 verbals at once, and in total it'll take somewhere between 40 and 60 minutes. So before you start doing your assignments, read the resources. So we'll have a look at a resource now. Let's look at the cultural resources. And you can see each assignment has its own resource. So let's click on Assignment 3, Joint Management, to see how they're structured. And the resources for this assignment, I've provided you with some YouTube clips, some useful links to other websites, some fact sheets, and where you see this book is the main resource. So we'll just click on that tab. And you can see that here is the main resource. So it's a matter of reading all the pages in this resource. There are 1 of 7 pages here, and there's a table of contents. So just read that page, click on the arrow, and it will turn the page over. And that's the same setup for all the resources. You must read all the resources and use all the links, everything that I provide to answer your assignment questions. So let's have a look at an assignment now. We'll look at the cultural assignments. So under assessment, we have the assignments, so we'll click on that. And we can see that all the assignments are in order again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. We tell you what to expect in the verbal. So let's have a look at Assignment 3, Joint Management, and we looked at that resource. We click on here. There's some instructions on starting the assignments. We'll just click on the icon Begin to have a look at the actual assignment. We've got some more instructions here, and there is your first question. Now, just with the instructions, this top section here, basically what that's saying is keep a copy of your answers, either a hard copy or an electronic copy. This is the internet and it is electronic, so there is a possibility of losing work. So I recommend you keep a copy for your own records. And secondly, at a later date, 6 months, 12 months time, if you want to have a look at an answer that you've done in the assignments, you'll have a copy there that you can easily access. When it comes to answering questions, please don't plagiarize, learn to paraphrase, and do not copy from other students' work. Make it your own work. Here's the first question in this assignment, and it's you can see question 1 here, and the question is asking, since hand back in 1985, what legal arrangement in relation to the ownership and management of the land forming the national park? So after you've read the resources, you should be able to answer this, and all it is a matter of dropping your cursor into the box there and typing your answer. In this case, it's talking about the 99-year lease of the park. Of course, your answer is going to be much more extensive than that. Now, the first thing you notice over here, just follow my cursor, you can see that it has automatically saved. However, I think it's good housekeeping that on a regular basis, you click Save All Answers. Now you notice that all the questions are out of 10 points. Now because it's competency-based training, I'm only going to give 2 scores, and that is 0 or 10. So don't be disappointed if you get a 0 for one of your questions. You might have had 75% of what I'm looking for, but I'm looking for that extra 25%. Now if that's the case, I'll ask you to resubmit the question and I'll give you specific instructions as to what I'm looking for in your feedback. And it's just a matter of going through and putting all your answers in the boxes. Now, once you've completed all your assignment and you're happy with it and you want me to mark it, that is when you click on Save and Submit, and it goes through to me and you don't have access to your assignment anymore, and I will send you feedback. And the way you see that is when you look over here on your left-hand side navigational menu, you can see my cursor. You come down here to My Grades and you click on that. It's okay to leave because I've saved all the work. And here are all the assignments and the status of the assignments. The pie chart here, or the clock, tells me that I'm still doing that assignment. But once you've submitted, it will state that that assignment has been submitted. And when I send it back to you, the icon will come up as a thought bubble. You can click on that and it'll give you all my feedback to your assignments. Now, just when it comes to answering assignment questions, just a little bit of a heads up. The way to tackle the questions is to assume that I am your client and I come from overseas and I have no idea of Australia, Uluṟu, Kata, Tjuṯa National Park, or Uluṟu culture. So you really need to demonstrate your knowledge of the subject matter. So the best example I can give for you is that somewhere in one of the assignments it'll ask the question that the park has 2 World Heritage listings, when and what for. So if you simply put down 1987 for natural values and 1994 for cultural values, technically you are correct. However, I'm going to send it back to you for a tad more information. Obviously, that answer would not satisfy your client. So you would have to give an explanation of each of those to demonstrate your knowledge. So if you take that sort of attitude to all your assignment questions, you should be in good stead. And like I said, if you need assistance at any stage, please contact us. Now, going back to our left-hand side navigational menu again, under resources, we have additional resources. So if we just click on that, you can see that I have some downloads here on the Tjuṯa stories and the cultural sites around Uluṟu. You'll get familiar with the Pitjantjatjara language over time, and some fact sheets about the park, some more YouTube clips, and I've even got a plant book there that you can download and print off. So use the additional resources as well. And lastly, just down the bottom here under online classroom, click on that. It tells you firstly how to use the online classroom, but if we click on the schedule, we'll just let Learnline do its thing, and there it is. And you can see the schedule for all the online classrooms. You'll need a good internet connection. You'll need a webcam, whether that be a dedicated one or an inbuilt one. And we also recommend a headset with a microphone. It's just makes life a little bit easier for all participants. And when the time comes, this tab here will highlight, and you just click on it, and it'll bring you through into the online classroom. And it's just like sitting here at the desk with me or in a classroom. It's like using Skype. It's a drop-in classroom. So last Thursday night I had students in Cairns, Sydney, Melbourne, Uluṟu, and one here in Alice Springs that just dropped in, and I was able to help them with their assignments and do tutorials. If you're unable to make these sessions, please contact me. We'll compare diaries, and we can have a dedicated one-on-one, face-to-face using the online classroom. So that's a quick overview on how to use Learnline. If you need assistance with this, please contact me and I'll help you. If you're having IT issues, either with your password or your username, contact me, or I can contact ITMS, our IT department, to assist you. That's it. I hope you enjoy your study. I hope you enjoy doing the accreditation, and I look forward to marking your assignments. Thank you and good luck.